Changing in the bathroom is gross. Hey, I am Chuck the bureaucrat, and the other day one of you asked me a classic Pentagon question. You said, if I don't have an office and I don't work close to the Pentagon Athletic Center, where can I change so I don't have to change in a bathroom stall? Yes, indeed. I mean, the Pentagon janitorial staff do a world-class job, but there is nothing more disgusting than changing in a bathroom stall. So, you got a couple of options. First, you can do what I did. You can just wear your uniform to work. I know a lot of people who feel uncomfortable doing that, but look, you're working in the military district of the National Capital Region. And it is not a secret that you're military. I mean, the most casual scan of the commuter bus and the Army guys are sticking out like sore thumbs. So if you hesitate to wear your uniform out of some vague sense of OPSEC, don't bother. Plus, military gear, it's perfect if you have to stand out in the rain waiting for a bus at 5 a.m. There's another benefit to wearing your uniform to and from work, and that is you don't get caught in any uncomfortable hey-yous. Depending on when you come in, the Pentagon can already be rattling along at high speed. So as you're walking the hallways on your way in, it is not at all uncommon for somebody to buttonhole you and drag you into an impromptu meeting. Or, one of the things I really don't like, you change out of your uniform at the end of the day, and then as you're walking past your boss's office, he snags you and drags you off to some new crisis. By wearing my uniform home, I could confidently stride along and nobody knew that that was the last chance they had to grab me. But, like I said, that is not for everyone. So, if you want to change at the office, look around a bit. There are a lot of supply closets and printer rooms that double as changing rooms. I mean, make sure the door locks, and I'm a big fan of those do not disturb door hangers, but this is a pretty common practice. The other thing to look for is a little alcove that's been created by pushing a couple wall lockers together. I have worked in a lot of offices that have an unusual bump out or corner that is easily converted into a changing room. Again, for the sake of modesty, think curtain or screen. And while we're on the subject of these makeshift changing rooms, if your cube farm doesn't have one, think about how you could create one. Hey, it is the holiday season, and you and your buddies might just find the time to move some furniture around. And if you do that, I'll tell you this, you'll come back 10 years later and everything in the office will be different. But that little changing room will be exactly the same because it is actually useful. Now, there is one thing that I would ask you not to do, and that is change in a public space. There are a lot of quiet, out-of-the-way prayer rooms and rarely used conference rooms, but do not change there. And the same thing goes for your desk. I mean, most military people have a low enough sense of body modesty that they don't mind stripping down to their underwear in front of people. Your coworkers do not share that point of view. No matter how early you show up, someone will eventually see you, and then there will be paperwork. Plus, I've noticed that guys who try to change at their desk always leave their workspace looking like a locker room. It's just not a good look. And then I'll tell you one last trick for when you have to leave the Pentagon for some kind of special event and change in a parking lot. What you do is you park with another car on the driver's side of your car. You open the front and rear doors on the driver's side, and then you change in that little box that's created. Very handy. Oh, and there's one last thought. If you do find somebody who's changing in a bathroom stall, help them find a decent place to change. For God's sakes, we don't want people changing in a toilet stall if we can help it. And now that you're finally dressed for work, watch this video to see what your boss really wants from you.